Welcome to the Dirty Tea Podcast. My name is Donna.
And I'm Amanda, and we're excited for you to join us where you'll be served the dirtiest tea.
We are best friends from the Midwest who love other people's drama.
And we'd rather spill your tea on air than behind your back.
So feel free to submit your dirty tea for us to read on air.
Or sit back, fill your cup with whatever tickles your fancy, and get ready for the mess.
Happy Friday!
Oh, it's almost Christmas.
I know. And there's no snow. How do you feel about it? Are you conflicted?
I am, because personally I like the snow. I just don't like to drive in the snow.
Yeah.
But I feel like Christmas should always have snow. I just love to wake up to a white Christmas, and that's kind of a bummer, but ultimately I can still get around because there's no snow, so
Right.
that's a plus. I'll take it.
I think this is the first Christmas in a long time that we haven't had snow. So I'm loving it because I'm able to go anywhere I want and not have to drive around in the snow. Right now I'm looking at it, it's like in the close to the 40s and stuff, and I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going around with no jacket and a thick sweater, and that's it. And so I'm loving it. But it's weird. It's super weird.
It's very, I don't know, global warming,
Right.
El Nino, whatever the fuck.
Whatever it is, I'm here for it. So
I'll take it.
I'm here for it. But I hope you guys had a good week, and I hope that this weekend you guys are done with your Christmas shopping, and however you celebrate the holidays, that you guys are with loved ones. So right, okay, we're gonna just dive in.
At first, let's go.
All right. All right. So you want me to start?
Sure, why not?
All right, this one says, a guy I dated had these sneakers with holes in them, just ugly with lots of holes. She says lots of holes, period. His feet was always soaked. That probably, oh yeah, then it says the shoes smelled. Basically, they were nasty. So one day I got a nice bonus from work and decided to treat him to some nice shoes. I didn't know his size, so I took the clearly worn shoes to the store to have them sized and bought him a new pair. On the way out, the woman helping me offered to throw the shoes out for him. He totally lost it. How dare I do something so stupid? I asked him if his old shoes had special meanings, but no. He was just mad that I did that without asking him first. After yelling at me, I got up, took the shoes, and left. I returned the shoes, but not his calls. So yeah, I got dumped because I bought him shoes.
Good riddance. I mean, who gets mad at somebody for buying you a pair of shoes when your shoes are funky, stinky, wet? If they're always wet, that's a problem.
And the thing is, it's not like it had any special meanings. Dude just wanted us to wear some holy ass, smelly, stinky shoes.
Yuck.
That had no.
I feel like men are either the ones that are dedicated to their shoe game, sneakerheads, or the ones that literally just don't give a fuck and will wear.
There's no in between. It's either one or the other. I'm glad I got the better half of his. He cares about his shoe game. So
yeah.
Oh, just some stinky ass, smelly shoes. Yuck.
But I mean, good riddance. He showed you early on, bitch. At least you had your receipt and you can return it and get your money back.
Right. Go buy yourself a purse or something. Fuck him.
Exactly. And now, the next time you see a crusty dude with some crusty shoes, just stay the fuck away from him.
He probably got dingleberries between his toes and shit.
Yeah, dingleberries.
That's what you call them, dingleberries.
What is a dingleberry?
I don't know, little lint balls,
Bro, his feet are probably all got hair on the toes and shit, and sweaty and gross. I don't know why we always go to just the nastiest shit. Usually we save that for a little bit further in the podcast.
And his nails, his toenails are probably all green and encrusted and stuff, and it's just
got dirt underneath the nails and shit. Bitch.
He probably sits and bite his toenails with his teeth.
He probably his hair is all greasy and stuck together and
Clumped.
in a mohawk.
He
He
likes it that
sounds
way,
like that.
though.
Yuck. I wonder what kind of shoes she got him. Maybe they were just like,
You know what? I can see this motherfucker wearing Converse.
that's what I was thinking too.
They
Like
were
some nasty, dirty, ratty ass
some high
Converse.
top Converse.
Yeah, yeah.
White.
And they're just got holes in them
Yup.
and, got dirt stains all over them
But
and
he
like a
loves
little
them.
bit of blood. And that's disgusting. And people really do. I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people. Mine are pretty dirty, but they're not like wet,
But
they
if
don't
someone bought
stink.
you shoes, but if someone went out and bought you some new shoes, tell me you wouldn't take them.
I would take them,
There
yeah.
you go.
But I would also, depending on the condition of the shoe, because I'm low key
Oh
a hoarder,
God.
I would want to keep the shoe, Like I'd be like, I can still
Oh
wear
my
these.
God. This girl. You guys, trust me, she would keep them.
I would keep them. And then like I would like put them somewhere and then forget about them and never touch them again, but I won't get rid of them. I have so many shoes that like I've never even worn some of
I
them, and
just
I
made a
probably
donation pile. Like I literally just made a donation pile. You know those boots that we wore for your outing for your birthday? I'm
yeah.
donating those because I will
I
never
got
wear them again.
you'd be proud of me. I actually have a bag full of clothes I'm gonna donate to.
But the thing
I
is, how
thought
long
about
will they sit in your trunk?
the thing is they haven't even made it to the trunk yet, so we'll see. We'll see when it gets to the trunk. It might be another month or two, and then
Oh my God.
because I know my ass, I will wait until like the day that we get like a huge blizzard and be like, damn it, I was about to go to
Right.
donate that shit to the thrift store, and then it's no, like
But my
no,
cheap
there's
ass will go donate it, get the coupon, and go shop again because I need my coupon to go to the thrift store.
at least you have a good system for like cycling the clothes
See?
to donate and then buy some
Right.
more. I
Exactly.
just buy more and then it's filled to the brim.
No,
I
I
literally
always
don't have any room for anything anymore. But do you think that's gonna stop me?
hell no.
Absolutely. Okay. Um, this one says my best friend slept with my ex. So I broke up with my boyfriend 3 months ago and we weren't on good terms. I don't feel anything for him anymore because he was a jerk and even though he's okay as a friend. However, he's a cheater who messed around with others while in a relationship. My best friend, who knows how much I dislike my ex for what he did, asked if she can go to his party. And I agreed, but I didn't want to go myself. So the next day, she shared stories about the party and their conversation, and she didn't care too much about the parts about her ex. But then her friend started asking, she asked a suspicious question in what she put. She said, if your friend Allie, her other friend, slept with your ex, what would you do? And then she was like,
This
despite
bitch.
sensing something, I told her I didn't care. And she was like, I warned her about him because I care about her and not him. But then a month later, another friend showed her a screenshot of the messages revealing that the best friend slept with the ex at the party and then never told her because she was going to get angry. And she hasn't told the best friend that she knows that
Mhm.
she, knows the whole thing because she doesn't know how to react or what to feel. And she's like, should I confront her or should I just let it be? Is it a valid reason to distance myself or is this something I shouldn't make a big deal of?
So she basically did the asking for a friend.
Right.
Like,
Exactly. Which is
wow.
fake as fuck. Like,
Right.
first of all, you were fucked up when you slept with the ex in the
Hmm.
first place. And then you got the nerve to fucking be talking
Yeah.
about it in the girl's face and then lie,
Right.
knowing damn well you were the one who fucked him. And
Right.
what made you think that was not going to get back to
That's
her?
messy as fuck. First of all, any guy, we talked about this, like any guy that
Yeah.
your friend dates is off limit. I don't care if it's 10 years from now, 100,000 years from now, you don't touch him. That's
Mhm.
that's a classic basic rule. You just don't.
Right.
That's
Right.
shady ass
Even if
bitch.
even if you like fucked the guy, even if you just simply liked the guy, you looked at him and you thought his hair was cute. Bitch, dibs, off limits forever. Like forget about it. you know?
Right. No. Damn. No, that's not a friend right there. No, you just don't.
I agree. You distance yourself and then just keep on
You
distancing
find some
yourself.
new friends.
Right. Because that's not your real fucking friend if she's
Right.
going to do some shit like that and then not even come clean about it.
Right. And they'll sit there and lie, be like, you know, Allie did that.
Right.
No, bitch, you
So
did
then
it.
you're gonna cause issues with her and Allie just because you
Right.
want her to be a little ho ho ho.
Right.
Unacceptable.
pun intended. Merry Christmas, bitch. You know?
Merry Christmas, bitch.
Right. Merry Christmas, bitch. You know, like, nah. Damn, no. What a fucking little sneaky ass ho. Ho,
Ho
ho.
ho.
No. Okay, this one says, I broke up with my boyfriend because he was always putting me through the test to show my loyalty. A few weeks later, I heard that he overdosed on pills from his parents' medicine cabinet and he died. I felt horrible, like it was my fault. I didn't even have the heart to reach out to his family to attend his funeral. But the day after the funeral, I got a text from his number. It turns out he wasn't dead.
What?
He never overdosed. It was just like another one of his tests to see if I would react.
Wait, hold on. Wait, so what was the time frame from when this all happened? Because how do you like?
So this
Was there
motherfucker
an actual? Was there an actual funeral?
no. Well, she no, because she was too distraught to even go to the funeral because she was like, I'm not even gonna go
So you know, if she didn't go to the funeral, he's breaking up with that bitch. She failed the test.
because she was always like trying to because he was always trying to test her loyalty. So she was like,
That is so fucking
that's
stupid.
a toxic relationship right there. Because he
For
was
real.
so she said, I didn't even have the heart to reach out to his family or attend the funeral. But the day after the funeral, I got a text from his number. It turns out he wasn't even dead. He never overdosed. It was just another one of his tests to see if I would react. This dude literally faked his own death, sent me a text and said, just so you know, I'm over you. Like,
Damn. So that was his way of breaking it up. Like, really, bitch, you ain't even come to my fake funeral after I faked my death. You fucking bitch. Like, what kind of loyalty is that? You're supposed to be loyal to me even after
even
death,
after
bitch.
death, if I died and you ain't come to my funeral, what kind of bitch
You're
are
dead to
you?
me now. You're dead to me now, bitch.
I'm dead. You dead to me now. If you can't even
Oh my
if you can't
god.
even attend my funeral when I'm dead, like what kind of ride or die?
Right,
You ain't no
right,
ride or
exactly.
die.
Nah, that bitch, the real reason she ain't show up to the funeral is because she was glad that that bitch was dead. Because she was like, this motherfucker keeps on testing me. Like, who does that? That's so
Right?
fucking weird.
That's so fucking
Ugh.
toxic. Like,
Yeah. And then what would have happened if she would have passed this test? Like, what's worse than like death? The next one he's gonna get kidnapped. You know what I mean? Like, like what's next? I wouldn't be able to live with that much uncertainty in life.
right. You're always being tested. Like you have to like look over your shoulder every time you're being tested.
Right. You never know what's real.
Right.
Okay, this one I thought was kind of funny. So it's I don't know. You just listen along and
Oh
hopefully
God.
you get it.
Okay.
So this person said, I scammed Temu and now I lost $500,000. Now, why did they put half a thousand? Why did they put $500,000? I don't know.
Not
Maybe you could
five
have just
hundred.
put $500, but
Because
trying to make it sound
half a thousand seems more than $500.
right, trying to make it sound like more than.
Okay.
So he lost $500,000. I'm
Okay.
gonna start saying that now.
Right.
So
How
he
much did it
said,
cost you?
"Okay,
Half of $50.
yeah, this shit's real excuses. This was half a dollar.
Right.
50 cent, bitch."
Right. I would start saying that. Oh my God.
Okay,
Okay.
and that's it's crazy because it's so funny, and I haven't even told you the
I
story yet.
know.
So he said, okay, so I thought I was scamming Temu, but now I'm in debt. Not actually, but here's how the story went. I had like $1 in my account, and there was something I really wanted that was $1.89. So I thought, oh well, we'll see what's happened. So what happened? So I bought it, and I looked at my account, and I still had $1 in my account. I was thinking, huh, that's strange, but didn't think anything of it. So then fast forward, he gets $10. So, he's like, I do what any other irresponsible kid does. I spend it as soon as I get it. So I bought the items, but still had $11. So I'm thinking it's probably not going through. So I get the package, check my account, and there's still the same $11. Like nothing came out. So he's like, I'm thinking this is an absolute miracle. So I go ballistic, buying stuff I could never imagine affording, an electric guitar and other items.
On
So these
Temu?
packages, right, on Temu. So all these packages start getting delivered, but his money is staying the same. And then he's like, then he goes to school one day, and then he's balling with all his shit. Like, he's rocking his
He's walking
Temu,
around with his electric guitar.
got his guitar, got some chains, bitch. Like, he's killing it out here with Timo. And then his mom calls him in the middle of the class. And then his mom says, we just lost $500. So then he like immediately knows what the fuck is up. He's like, I'm shooting bricks. Absolutely. I'm so scared. I tried canceling my orders, but nothing was working. All my friends are laughing at me. My mom is screaming. And he said, it didn't take 500 from my account. It took it from my mother's account. So when I got home that day, I was sworn I would never see the light of day again. He's like, moral of the story, don't try scamming Temu. So this
But
dumb motherfucker was using his mom's account the whole time.
did it link her account? It
Yeah,
probably
I
had her
guess so.
account on there. Oh my god. He was walking around with his electric guitar and his fake chains and shit. Oh
Man,
my god.
I
Shit.
mean, just think. I
Uh,
wonder how much he paid for that electric guitar on Temu. Like,
prob-
and what it
probably
actually
half of $50.
made. Half of 100,
Right?
I spent
Damn.
half of 50 on, like, this is so stupid. Like,
He got an ass whooping when he got home too. Like
oh, you know.
as soon as he got off that bus, he got an ass whooping. Like hard.
I mean, I'm surprised his parents didn't think anything of it. Like, all this time, all these packages are coming through. Like, how do you not notice all this money missing from
But
your
they was
account?
at work. They was at work when all that packages came, and he was opening that shit like fucking Christmas, and damn, he got a
Came
man.
early.
He got an ass
And then he
whooping.
can't even return all that shit.
You
So,
can't, you can't, because sometimes Team Moon, that shit that you can't return that shit.
right. Or you have to pay to return it because it's
Right?
going on in
Damn,
China.
they lost $500,000.
It's a lot of fucking money. You know what you can get with $500,000?
You can get a lot of things
A
off of
lot.
Sheen.
A lot of things. Apparently, a lot of things off the Temu too.
You want to know something funny? So when I was a kid, oh my god! So this is kind of Christmas related. It is Christmas related. So when I was a kid, I was the badass. So when I was a kid, you know how like in those commercials they're like, call and talk to Santa Claus, right? And so I was like down in the 800 numbers. I was like, and they'd be like, ho ho ho, Santa Claus, and so I was calling. We had like I have a lot of brothers and sisters, right? So I have one brother and I have a lot of sisters, and I was calling Santa Claus, and of course all my sisters was like, I want to hear Santa Claus too. So I was like, okay, hang up, call again, hang up, call again, dude. I didn't know they were charging by the minute, right? And so the phone bill came. It was like, dude, it was a lot of money, and I thought it was free. And here my fucking little badass 10-year-old calling Santa Claus and shit.
Hell no. I thought it was free too. What?
Dude,
I didn't know
no.
they charged you just to call Santa Claus.
All I wanted to do was call
Oh,
Santa, and I was calling
yeah.
Santa, and I got an ass whooping. I was calling Santa for my sisters, and she was like, I was like, here, you want to call Santa? I got the hookup. I was like, do 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 do.
These companies, they do that shit on purpose because they knew kids would be doing exactly that. Imagine how
I,
many phone calls they got. It was like,
dude,
my kids called this number, talked to Santa for 3 hours.
I thought I got the hookup. I was hooking all my sisters up with calling Santa, and I got a I, I got the ass whooping of a lifetime. None of they got none of they got the ass whooping. I got the ass whooping
Yeah,
because I
you over
hooked them
there.
up. But they got to talk to Santa. Hey,
That's funny.
this shit was
Oh,
hilarious. But yeah, but hey, consider that an expensive lesson learned,
don't talk to Santa,
and don't
and
order $1,000 worth of shit. So
if it's too good to be true, it probably
it
is
probably is.
too.
Okay, so this one says, When I was a sophomore in high school, I was pretty good friends with a guy. One day before school, I was in class, and he just walked in and broke up with me. This whole time, he thought we were dating, and I had no idea. so,
Oh, so he walked in and broke up with her. She didn't even know they were dating. Damn,
so
that's like a whole other level of fucking delusional right there. And I feel like people really do be delusional like that.
right
Like, you imagined a whole relationship with this
for a
girl
year,
for a year, and then you broke. So I
but
wonder what she did to make him break up with
she was probably just nice. She probably just like didn't talk to him one day or something. But 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 what will possess him to think that they were going out? But what she was probably just talking to him every day, being nice and stuff. She probably didn't even like hold hands with him. But you know, like some guys and
right.
girls, they're friends and stuff, and then some guy think it have it in their head like they're going out.
I don't know. I feel like it was probably like some like he saw her in the hallway, and then she
Locked
looked at him.
eyes.
He was like, "Wow, this is it. Like the moment,
Music playing in the background.
right? The angel lights like start beaming down on her. Everything goes in slow motion. That's what happened to him. And then he was like, that's the girl for me. And then from there, like every time, he would walk by in the hall, hey, oh hi. Like that was like a
That was
moment for him, you know?
that was
And
like an
they
erection
called him
moment.
weird.
And then
So I wonder like if they're gonna get back together, like you know,
no, remember he broke up with her. Yeah,
but you never know. You might imagine that they work it out and
in his
you
mind,
know, they have
yeah,
imaginary children.
yeah, he's gonna grow up to be uh something else.
Girl. So this one says, how much did I fuck up by saying random things during sex? So last night, I was having sex with a girl that I've been seeing for a month. During the act, I randomly remembered that we might have forgotten our leftovers at the restaurant that we went to before she came over. Because I'm stupid, I impulsively blurted out, this is random, but did we forget our food at the restaurant? In a halfway joking manner while they're fucking. So she seemed offended and asked, is this what you're thinking about and not me? And he was like, I tried to recover. Apparently, while they're having sex, he explained to her that he has ADD, and that basically his mind races even when he's having sex. He's like, I'm 99% focused on you, but like sometimes random thoughts pop in my head. He's like, this happens when I'm having sex and when I'm not having sex. And he's like, I think about you a lot, even when I'm not with you. So they're having this whole fucking conversation while they're fucking, which is
So
weird.
why is she continuing the conversation?
So then I guess she seemed to accept the answer, but she said, I will remember this. Like on some
Damn.
Godfather shit. Like this bitch is gonna fucking kill him. So he was like, I think jokingly, but I'm not sure, is how she said it. So then he basically said like they've been together about 5 times. And like he really likes her and he thinks that like they could move on to something serious, but he's like, did I screw up like by doing this? And like, would you be offended if it were to happen to you? Is the question.
First of all, no, I would not be offended because it has to do with food. Uh,
You'd be like, baby, don't worry, the food's right. It's in
right.
the fridge. Don't worry, we can warm it up when we're
I
done.
I would have been like, did we forget the food? Let's call her.
Oh my god,
Don't fuck with my food. um,
listen,
no,
hey,
for real though, real talk.
food is life.
Don't fuck
Period.
with my food. No, real talk. Don't fuck with my food. And if she can't, it seems like she doesn't have a sense of humor.
Right,
And if
but I
she,
mean, there's a time and place. Like, okay, I understand. Like, okay, he made the joke, whether he was serious or not.
but move on
Like,
from it.
okay, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. It's not
Right,
nothing for you to be like, why are you thinking about that instead of me? Like,
right.
bitch,
And then for her to say,
it's
"I'll
not that
remember this," dude,
right.
that is like some.
It's not that serious. But at the same time, it's like the rest of the conversation, I'd be like, you know what? I really don't feel like talking about this like right now. Like you're
Yeah.
mid fucking stroke talking about ADD. Like nothing turns me off.
Can we
Work
just get back
things,
to it?
self diagnoses. Like let's not talk about this right now.
You're like
Like
mid
what else do we
stroke.
got? Why don't you tell me what else you got while we're at it?
I don't know. I'm the type where it's kind of like you make fun of it and you drop it, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And you have to have a sense of humor about it, and you make fun of it and you drop it and then you move on.
exactly.
But it's not like he was talking about like, damn, I forgot I made my oil change appointment. You know what I mean? But
Right.
but that's
Because that's like something where it's like, okay, you're really not
right.
into it. But like thinking about fucking leftovers, like
That's something I can relate to. So it's kind of like it's like, did we?
later,
You know,
okay. That's a big issue, because that is some devastating shit. You ever leave your leftovers behind in the
especially
restaurant?
if it was good and you plan to take it home, dude.
Exactly. You got it bagged up and everything sitting on the corner of the table. Like, and they just throw that shit right away. They're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
save it wait for you to come back.
Mm-hmm. No. So if he had a sense of humor, and that's kind of like, and if he has ADD, and that's his sense of humor, and she doesn't have that sense of humor, then he needs to just take her for all
Like
she's
that.
got for that punani and just move on.
Right. Find a bitch that values leftovers more
Right.
because shit.
Right. Okay. This one says, I was away visiting a friend from college, and my then boyfriend, now ex, was nonstop messaging me and calling me. I tried to explain that I wanted to spend some time with my friends who I rarely see instead of talking to him on the phone, who I see fairly often. He didn't get it, so I blocked him to try to get some peace. Then 20 minutes later, I get a notification on Venmo from my boyfriend requesting the amount of the bill from our last dinner with the caption, I see you're having too much fun without me. Since you clearly don't care about the communication from us and consider this our breakup. A few of my friends saw it on Venmo and thought it was the funniest thing ever.
I would think that's the funniest thing ever.
I would think
I'd
that,
be like,
but that's
that
petty as
is a
fuck.
whole fucking clown. That's so stupid. Oh, so you're having too much fun with your friends, so now I'm breaking up with you and you owe me money for your dinner last night.
Right, because he is codependent on her because she wants to spend time with her friends that she rarely sees.
Right.
That's petty as fuck. You need a new boyfriend. Like if he can't let you enjoy time with your friends that you rarely see and you see him all the
Exactly.
time, uh next.
You literally saw him last night, so you're hanging out with your friend, and like now he's so pissed that you didn't like. I can't imagine that she's been with her friends for days and days and days without reaching out to her man. Like that's some insecure, like
Right.
toxic masculinity right there.
I would decline
And
the Venmo request and
hell yeah,
I would send him a Venmo request for wasting my
right,
time
for pain and
for $1 million.
suffering.
I would send him a Venmo request for $1 million for wasting my time, bitch.
Oh my god. Yo, her friends were with her. I'm surprised none of them recommended that because I know if that was between us, somebody really would have sent a Venmo request for $1 million.
I would recommend for you to send him a Venmo request for $1 million.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely,
Yeah.
and my dumb ass would do it too,
Yeah.
and just fucking laugh my ass off.
Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, what else? Zelle,
Apple Pay, bitch,
Apple
all
Pay,
that
all that.
shit. Like you can even split it up and send
You want to make payment plans? I got you.
Oh man, yes.
Look at
Moral of the
installments.
story: fuck that guy, leave him, and count your blessings that he showed his true colors early on. Cause
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Chicks
so
before
my wife,
dicks.
chicks before dicks hashtag hashtag send that $1 million request, girl. You might get lucky. You never know. You probably won't, but it's okay.
We can try.
Okay. So this one says my wife has been engaging in swinger party type events for 2 years, stemming from our open relationship. So my wife is exceptionally attractive. She's a petite blonde, also a former gymnast. For context, 4 years ago, prior to getting married, we began exploring an open relationship. This resulted in her finding an incredible number of partners, and me finding very few that she didn't directly set me up with. So as it evolved, she began to become more interested in group activities through like swingers that she met. And in the end, he's like, I highly regret ever going down this path. So that's just it. I mean, you kind of opened the fucking door for that
Right.
shit. Like, you know, your wife was better looking than you. You knew that she was gonna
He
get that
fucked up.
shit. Yeah, like, come on. You think your wife is exceptionally attractive, and then you're like, the best thing to do is open this marriage, like, open
Right.
this relationship.
Yep. He
Let
fucked up.
everybody feel the attraction. Like,
Yeah.
weird shit.
He fucked up by, okay, so he started the conversation, the thing by saying she's exceptionally attractive. That's where you fucked up. If you
Hmm.
knew your wife was attractive and you started the relationship with the open relationship and then started inviting people in, that's where you fucked up because first of
Right.
all, just like in our last podcast,
With the
you're
sex
probably
club.
the ugly one.
Right. Exactly. It's like you should have known, like if you know that you're not as attractive as your wife, your girlfriend, why would you even go down that fucking road?
You're setting
Like
yourself up to fail.
when you agreed to that, you should have just had like a vision of like you crying in a corner in fetal position because your wife's out there fucking 30 dudes, at the same time at the
And no one's
swinger party,
touching you.
and nobody wants to nobody wants to go because that's what it sounds like, that his wife goes to the swinger parties, but usually isn't swinger parties like you bring
You bring your
your
partner. Yep.
partner with you, right? So she's going to the parties by herself,
No,
or she's bringing
they're
him,
going to
and
the
then
parties
nobody wants to fuck
together,
her.
but
Yeah,
but nobody wants him.
I I,
So
I
he goes to
wonder
the
what
so
it's like
he
that.
goes to the reject room.
Where they sit down, they got like an emotional support dog in there.
They have like a punching bag, so
Right.
you can let your anger out. They
Oh
have
my
a cry.
god.
They have a cry corner.
A crying corner, right. Extra tissues for you to wipe up your tears, like
They have a cuddler counselor.
right. They gotta have a whole therapist in there to fucking hype them up again.
Oh fuck! So when
The
their
reg-
partner comes back, they're all like rehabilitated. That's
right.
fucked
They
up.
come back like they dropped them off at daycare. Like they come to the reject room and be like, picking up my husband. Yeah, nobody wanted to fuck him. Okay. Come on, babe. Let's go.
That's fucked up.
Man. What was that one from the last time? It was like I knew my girlfriend told me she knew I would never cheat on her because
Because she's
because I'm
too
too
ugly.
ugly.
They went on a date. They went on this date,
Oh yeah.
and she said that she'll keep him around because he was too ugly to cheat.
Yo, some of these girls are fucking savages, man.
Right.
I feel like I gotta take some notes. Like I don't know.
I that would be
Me,
so mean to say something. I mean, like I'm pretty savage. I would say like savage things, but I would never say that to someone.
never.
That
And
would
not
just
to their
be
face. Like I
not,
would say that to
not to
someone
their
in a text message after they insulted me, but like not to their face,
not to
you
their
know?
face, behind their back, but not to their
No,
face.
I mean it'll be to their face because they'll see it on the screen, but it just won't come out of my mouth. They'll just see it as like a text message. Like, they were
Oh,
probably like said something mean. I was like, bitch, that's why the only reason why I went on a date with you is because I knew you wouldn't cheat on me because you ugly. That's the only time,
and you say it
especially
like that too, because you ugly.
ugly.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Okay, this one says I told my ex I wanted to break up because we had no chemistry. The next week, when he came to get some of his things, he turned to walk out the door. They came back and set a 9-volt battery on my table with the word spark written on it. He looked right at me and said, just in case you didn't think we had any spark. Then he turned to
That
leave, but he didn't leave. He walked to the door and just stood out of my sight and waited to see if I was going to run after him. So fucking weird.
that is so cringe. Like, who does that shit? You're so fucking corny. Like, he really thought he watched a bunch of fucking
Right?
Hallmark ass movies before he came over there and was like, "Oh, just get her. I'm
Just
gonna
to
fucking
see
get
if she was gonna just like run after him. You know how like when you walk out the door and like in the movies, like you walk the door, you're like, you're like,
like you turn around and the person's looking at you too, and then you guys smile at each other, and then somehow come back." Like he was really waiting for all that to happen.
and then he put
He
the
was like,
9-volt battery on there. He put spark
right. He
because
wrote
she said that.
spark on the battery.
Yeah, because she said that they didn't have any more chemistry, so he put a 9-volt battery on the table and with the word spark written on there. He looked right at her and he said, "Just in case you still don't think we had any spark,
Oh my
dude."
god. I feel like
I would throw
that's
them
fucking
like spark this bitch.
no. I would just laugh. I'd be like, "What the fuck do you mean? Like, who does shit? Like, who does that? Who does like? I'm leaving the spark on the table. Like, nah, take that shit with you. I told you we ain't have a spark. Don't leave that shit here."
I know what you would do. You would just take it. You'd be like, "I'm putting it in Bob," like your battery operated boyfriend.
Oh my god, no, I'd put it in. It's a 9-volt battery. What kind of fucking dildo vibrators do you have that take up 9-volt battery? That's some powerful shit right there. Yo, that thing is like industrial size. Damn, Donna, let me find out. You got industrial size Bob laying around that take 9-volt battery.
Uh, oh my god. Okay.
Anyway, fuck that guy and his spark. Okay, this one says they wanted to have a quick little venting session. So I recently got back on dating apps for the first time in nearly 3 years. I made sure to have clear photos of my face with and without makeup, as well as candids taken by my friends and full body mirror pics and such. I made a conscientious effort to make sure that it's as clear as possible exactly what I look like. My info is accurate, and I even have a recording of my voice on my profiles. So I met this guy on Hinge. We've been talking a couple weeks, and then like they've been snapping, like Snapchatting and texting daily. So they planned on making a date, a first date, and he texted her an hour before the date, and he like wanted to cancel. So then she was like, okay, cool. They decided to reschedule. So then last week, she asked him when he wanted to get together, and he was being pushy for him to meet with her the same night or to meet with him the same night. But she told him like she already had plans with her friends. So they rescheduled again to the next night. So then he picked a time. She recommended a restaurant. They set the time and everything. And then literally like the the night before, or not even the night before, the day of, he texted her to cancel. So they were supposed to meet at 8:15, and he texted her around 7 to cancel. So then this morning, or the morning after, she messaged asking if he wanted to schedule or call it, a wash. And he said, just call it a wash. And then she was like mad. She's like, dude, if you didn't actually want to hang out, don't make plans. I work full time. I'm a full time student, and I volunteer and host my free time. Why take up someone's time? She's basically pissed because he like, didn't want to go on the date with
Hmm.
her, and she doesn't know why. But I know why, and I know you know why, and I know you know why too.
Why do you think?
It's because it's not me. No, I'm just kidding.
It's you.
um, no, I think the reason for it. I mean, it's clear to me. She even said in her like what she wrote in, like he wanted her to come over that night, like when they hadn't had any plans. So he doesn't want to make plans, but he wants you to come over like spontaneous at night, just whenever he calls. And the reason for that is because he just wants a booty call, and that's all he wants. And you wanted more than that, and he probably caught on to the fact that you wanted more than that, because guys are terrible sometimes, you know,
He
and that's
just
what it is.
he just wanted the punani. That's all he
Exactly.
wanted.
Yep. And I mean, it sucks because, sometimes you put a lot of effort into people that really have no intention other than to waste your time,
Yep.
you know.
And he wasn't like man enough to just say, "Hey, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for nothing. I'm just looking for like a booty call." And if
Exactly.
he would have just told her that, she would have had the opportunity to say yes or no. And that would have given like I think she would have had more respect to say yes or no. Like, okay,
Right.
fine. Or no, that's not what I'm looking for next.
Right. But I mean, like, it's like at some point you have to take those hints. Like, you can't really be upset and be like, it's out of nowhere. Like, now he wants to call it a wash. Like, how many times have you guys tried to schedule a date and then he cancels you at the
Right.
last minute? If it was that important for him, like, you wouldn't have to text him to reschedule. He would be
Right.
reaching out to you to
Hmm.
reschedule. He was the one that canceled in the first place.
Right. Don't be
So,
looking thirsty.
right, like, if he don't want you and he doesn't see your worth and your value, then oh well, find somebody
The
the
only
fuck else that
value he sees is between those thighs.
exactly.
It ain't.
See what's in those jeans. Look and taste it, pretty scrumptious. You don't know nothing about that, okay?
Okay. All right. So ending on that note, we're going to go to the festive side of the story. Do you have another one or? Okay. So in honor of the holiday season, we each have a holiday related messy story. I have one and Amanda has one. So I will share mine. Mine says, when I was a toddler, we were supposed to go to Savannah, Georgia, so Savannah, to go visit my mom's family for Christmas. My dad said he couldn't go because he had lost his wallet. But um, the true story was that some prostitute he had slept with stole his money, his ID, and all the cocaine he was carrying. We ended up going to Georgia without him. Surprisingly, my parents were not together anymore, and I am now estranged from my father. So he
Damn.
took the
Wait,
cocaine and
so
everything.
surprisingly they're not together after that incident? Like, is that really a surprise to you
Well,
that they're
yeah,
not together
because
after
you would
your
assume
dad?
that maybe he was going to give the mom the cocaine for the Christmas present, but the prostitute took it. So now he doesn't have any present to give to the mom. And so the mom dumped the husband because now the husband doesn't have a Christmas present to give
Mm,
to the mom, which was supposed to be the cocaine.
wow. Wow.
And so now the mom's like, "You don't have my cocaine? Fuck you. Leave."
Mm,
So now they're not together anymore.
cocaine. A hell of a drug.
So now because the mom didn't get her cocaine, the
Good.
she is estranged from her dad.
Mhm. Well, I mean, I guess everything happens for a reason. I don't know.
Not because of the money, not because of the ID, not because of the cheating, because of the
Because of
drugs.
the coke. Yeah. Ugh. Well, I mean, I hope that the mom got her cocaine eventually. You know,
I
and
think
I mean,
because of that it was a
it sounds like they just left the dad there. Like they all went to Georgia and left him there with like nothing, pretty
Mhm.
much.
And then I think they all went to Georgia, and then mom found a new plug. Is now so I think she is happy with her new plug, and the daughter found a new daddy.
Well, sounds like a happy ending. I'm glad it worked out. Okay, so here's mine.
Okay.
Um, so this one says, my husband's family likes to drink. Every holiday includes multiple bottles of wine and cocktails. I hate drinking because I have never drank because my father was an alcoholic, and I think it's childish that you can't have fun without drinking. This year, I'm hosting Christmas for a change, and I decided that since it's at my house, no alcohol is allowed, and we're all getting older, and it's time to grow up. So my husband's sister called to ask what she could bring because she saw a recipe online for a Christmas martini, which, by the way, sounds disgusting. The fuck is a Christmas martini? Um, that she wanted to bring, and then she told her about the no alcohol rule. But she didn't say much, at the time. But apparently went back to like the rest of the family and told them about the no alcohol rule. So then some of them started texting her asking if she was serious and telling her that it was lame, but she was like, I'm not budging. So then now it turns out that the sister in law is hosting an alternate gathering that almost everyone is choosing to go to instead. And she's like, it's so disrespectful because they would have to spend 1 day sober. That's the reason they don't want to come to her party. So her husband told her that he talked to his sister and that they were invited to go to her house. And he said that they should just go to her house because the wife was causing issues and, it's rude. So now the husband is mad because she said, I'm making him stay home and spend Christmas with me, but it was my turn to host and I choose to have no alcohol and they could have dealt with it for a year, is what she's saying. So she feels like she's right. But that's kind of savage.
That is savage. And now basically the husband wants to go to the other party because the
Right.
husband wants to drink
Like,
too.
right. He's like, this is fucking boring, man. Like, I want to go to the party with the alcohol.
Damn, all because of a Christmas martini.
What do you think? I don't know. I feel like part of me is like, okay, it's a Christmas party without alcohol. Big fucking deal. Like, go to the party and then when you're done, if you want to drink, go home and fucking drink.
Yep,
Like, what difference does it make? It's not like you're like gonna be there all day. And even if
yep,
you are gonna be there all day, are you gonna be drinking the whole time?
yep.
Does that mean you're sleeping there? Like you're gonna be driving home drunk?
Right.
Like it just doesn't make sense to
My
me.
thing is, why can't they accommodate both parties where they do the day party at the non-alcoholic party
Right.
party, and then do the evening party at the alcohol party?
Exactly. They could have did something like that. That's so simple, where
Right,
everybody could have had their little thing. Like she
right.
still could have did, but then, if everybody wanted to drink later on, there's a little after party.
hmm People are so that people are so just like selfish and just now it's gonna cause a lot of family feud
Exactly.
forever, forever. It
Now
ain't
it's
just
causing
gonna.
issues. Right, because now the husband is gonna look at the wife a certain way, the husband's family is gonna look at the wife a certain way, and
Hmm
then she, feels like she's gonna have to be on defense all the time with the family too.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's really not that big of a fucking deal, but at the same time, like it could have been worked around. Like
hmm
the suggestion you came up with that fucking quick. It could have
Yep.
been worked around.
Yep.
People are just petty.
Yep. I'm
I don't know. I
telling
feel
you.
like sometimes the holiday season brings out the worst in people. Like
Hmm
it really does.
hmm
It's terrible,
Yep.
but that's life.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
are you ready for the discussion topic?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I thought you were gonna do a whole song. Okay.
I was, but I don't know what lyrics I'm gonna choose yet.
Okay. So it's kind of long, but I'll try to paraphrase it here.
Okay.
My cheating ex is trying to get me to be a father to her lover's son after he ghosted them. So
What?
I know it's crazy.
Scandalous. Okay.
So she says, okay, long story short, I met my ex at a mutual party, or a mutual friends party, and we got together. 6 months into the relationship, she got pregnant, and had my son Peter. When Peter was 1 years old, I caught her cheating with her friend. I found out later that they had been sleeping with each other on and off since we got together, like the whole time that they'd been together. So I kicked her out. I was blindsided, not gonna lie. She had no remorse for what she did. I wanted to completely cut her off, but I had to consider my son. Despite her having being a cheater, she is a good mother, and she, she always takes care of him, whatever. So he's like, for my son's sake, I reluctantly put away my pride and agreed to co-parent Peter. And then that's when she moved in with her lover. So then she announced that she was pregnant again. And he said, good luck. Like, he was like, ain't mine. So she said then that there was a possibility that he could be the father, as they were intimate during the time that she was cheating on him. So then he got the DNA test. Turns out he's not the father of the baby. But then it got him worried about the son Peter, and he got a test on that one too. But comes out like Peter is his, like that's his son.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, I was relieved that he's mine. So he's like, anyway, to the present, Peter is now 6, and his brother Daniel is 5. So I didn't really have any interaction with Daniel as the ex hardly brought him around whenever like she dropped off Peter, the son. But there were times that he did come, and when they did, he mostly stayed in the car. The ex dropped off Peter and said that and he said that it looked like she had been crying. So before he could ask if she was okay, she left. And then it was Peter, the son, who told her that Daniel's daddy hadn't come home for a long time and that his mommy had been crying the whole time that he's been at her place. So then, of course, it bothers him because his son is telling him that, his mom is always crying and all this shit. And then he's like, it bothered me because I didn't want my son around all this drama. So I was going to talk to my ex about this when she showed up to pick him up. When she did, she had Daniel and he got out and ran to me and hugged my legs and said, "Hi, Daddy." Daniel, the other kid. So then he was like, I was a bit taken aback. I awkwardly just patted his head and gently told him, "I'm not your daddy. Sorry." So then he looked at me
He just
confused.
like
He was like, "Not mine."
right.
Like, so he looked at me confused and said to his ex, and said, ex said, or okay, so his ex, so mommy said that you're my new daddy. I looked at my ex and she avoided looking at me. So I
What?
told Peter, right, like weird, right? So she said, or he said, I told Peter to show Daniel his room. X didn't say anything. When they went into the house, I said, "What the hell are you telling that boy?" She broke down crying and said that her lover had ghosted them a month ago and she doesn't know where he is. So Daniel had been asking where his dad is, so she told him that he's the new dad now, instead of telling the boy where his actual dad went. So then he said, I got angry and told her I'm not his dad. She said, but I can be, and that he just needs a father. And then he told her to go find his real father then, rightfully so.
Right.
So
Oh my
then she
god.
kept on crying and then got into her car and then left without either of the kids. She left both of the boys at his house. So then, where are we at? Where am I at?
Oh my god.
Uh,
This is giving me a headache.
okay. So then I tried calling her. She wouldn't answer. Daniel came out asking where she was. He's scared. He
He's
goes
like
back.
he's like, where's mommy, daddy? Where daddy? Daddy, where
Right.
did mommy go?
So she leaves and all that stuff, and then Daniel comes out. He's scared. He tells him to go back inside. So then, in desperation, he called up the ex's parents, and then they showed up to pick up Daniel. So then he explained what happened, and then they apologized. So he was angry, and then he called his sister and told her. And then she said, "I mean, is it really that much of a problem for you to be there for him? He's innocent in all this, and he is Peter's brother. Just think about it." So then he hung up because he's like, now he's like, the problem is I've been thinking about it and it's really messing with my head. I know he's innocent, but it's not my job, is it? That story is so fucking like so many twists and turns and all types of shit. But what do you think?
End of the day, it is not your responsibility to take on another child. That's not yours. How dare her to have Daniel call you dad without consulting you first and
Right.
confusing a child.
Exactly. So he's innocent, so it's okay for her to pawn him off onto whoever, but it's not okay for him to be like, no, I don't want to fucking have
And then to
another kid.
leave.
Right. Just fucking leave the kid there, like, with no fucking regard for what's gonna happen to them. That's just weird. And then, like, I would be pissed too if I called, my family member and explained the situation. They were like, well, it is a kid. You could show that. You could be there for him. Like, bitch, I didn't lay there and have that fucking child. Like,
Right.
why is it his responsibility,
Right.
to take
I
care
didn't
of a
step
kid
out.
that,
Like I didn't step out and decide to like have another child. No.
exactly.
She needs to take
And they're
that
not even
responsibility.
together. Yeah, they're not together, so why should he have to sacrifice, his own shit? Like that's more money for another child, just because she picked the wrong guy. Like,
Mm-mm.
no,
Like,
hella not his
she
problem.
decided to lay back and get dick down, so she needs to take that responsibility.
Right.
And that's, dude, I just had this conversation. Like, why are you having babies that you can't take care of?
Exactly.
Dude, I just had this conversation last night. Like, literally, I just had this conversation. Why the fuck are you popping babies out that you can't take care of?
Exactly. And then you once you realize that you can't take care of it, then you want to like push them off onto whoever,
Right, right,
You don't want to take accountability or responsibility for what
right,
you brought into this world, you
right.
know? I don't
Oh, this
know.
pisses me off. That's
It
why,
just it makes you think. So a while ago there was like this post going viral about like how this guy he bought like McDonald's or something for just his
yep,
kid,
yep.
and then like the rest of the baby mama's kids were around and they were like watching him eat, and then people were like, "Is he wrong? Is he not wrong?" I mean, technically speaking, he's
He's
not
not
wrong.
wrong. He's not
He,
wrong.
yeah, he's
It's
providing for his child. It's
right.
not his fault that she went and had all these kids.
Morally, is morally okay. He could be wrong morally, but responsibly, he's not wrong.
I don't even think
Morally, he
I think if anything, maybe he could have like took the kid off to the side so that it wasn't in front of everybody. But like, you can't tell him he's wrong for bringing his child food.
right. It's
Like,
not his responsibility to feed the fucking entire village. It's
exactly.
his
Right.
responsibility to feed his child.
Hmm.
It's just like him going to
Right.
McDonald's and there's 10 kids inside of McDonald's and he brings his child inside of McDonald's. Is it his responsibility to feed those 10 kids inside of McDonald's? No.
Exactly.
It's his
Right.
responsibility to feed his child that he brought to McDonald's.
Hmm. And people
Simple.
try to do this shit all the time where they try to like push shit off on men. Like, like, no, you're the person who laid down and had this fucking child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And now you have two children by two different men, and one of them fucking ran off on you. So
Mm-hmm.
now because you made poor choices, like you're
Mm-hmm.
making it somebody else's responsibility for like fixing your problems.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, we're adults. Like this is the
Mm-hmm.
real world. It's not
Yeah.
how it fucking.
Yeah. Just like if a bitch has 4 kids by like 3 different baby daddy. Like,
Mm,
do you do you expect one of the baby daddies to take care of all 4 kids? Hell no.
exactly.
They take care.
No,
That
they're
baby
not
daddy is
going.
gonna take care of their kids. It's not their
Right.
responsibility to take care of all 4 kids. They'll take care of their kids.
Exactly.
Why the fuck are you having babies by 3 different baby daddy? Obviously, you ain't doing something right. Why are
And
you
if
laying down and having kids? Why are you laying down and having kids with baby daddies that you can't take care of?
exactly.
Bitch, you doing
And
something wrong. You're the
it's
problem.
always something where it's like there's always a reason why it didn't end up working out, but it's like having a child is not like
It's not gonna
a
solve your
method.
problems.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, let's have a kid and then like everything is gonna get better.
Right. Having a
It's
problem is not gonna keep you a man. You're the problem,
right,
bitch.
right.
You know? It's like you're the
Yeah.
problem.
So
So
yeah, baby mama drama. Ugh. Um.
mm,
Anyway, okay. Are you ready for the hypothetical question?
let's do it.
Okay, hypothetical question.
Okay.
Okay. Is a finger worth $100,000? Dun dun
Cut off
dun.
a finger?
Okay. So, well, let's see.
Okay.
So, okay, you're offered a deal where you will roll a dice 3 different times. You can pick either odd or even. So if you get it right, you get $100,000, right? If you lose, you owe me a finger. So if you choose even and you roll odd, then you owe me a finger. You must roll the dice 3 times, and you must choose odd or even. If your luck holds, you walk away with $300 because you're rolling 3 separate times. So if you get even 3 separate times, you chose even, you get $300,000. If you
Okay.
crap out, and you get the opposite, then you lose 3 fingers. You may end up with $200,000 and a missing finger. So any variation, it's $100,000 for every time you roll even or odd, depending on what you pick. Do
Okay.
you expect to accept the challenge?
Or I just don't roll at all, and I
And you keep your fingers. Yeah.
take the challenge.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. So you would potentially lose 3 fingers for $300,000.
Yeah,
Oh god. Why?
because I know that I know my odds.
But what if you're wrong
No,
though?
I know my odds, and I know that I'll lose at least one.
So you're okay with that? And you don't get to choose which finger you lose. Yeah,
I'll
you can't lose that one.
I can't lose that one.
You're
I need that one.
No, you're gonna chop off. We're gonna chop off your pointer finger
No, I
first.
need my pointer. No, I need my pointer. I'd
Bitch,
rather
you
lose.
own that finger. You don't get to choose if
I don't
you
get to
own this.
choose.
Hell, motherfucking nah. I get to
Ah,
choose what fingers that we get cut off.
okay.
So,
So then wait. Well, which finger will you take?
first finger I'm taking is the pointer finger.
Then I'm not gonna play because I
But what
need
if I didn't tell you that was the finger that I'm gonna take first?
because you already told me, so I'm not gonna play.
But you already said you were gonna play. You already agreed to it. You already rolled the first dice, and guess what, bitch?
It's an even.
You get a finger. To be honest with you, I wouldn't do it because honestly, like I know that if I like, I'm just not. I'm too chicken shit for that. But like how like you come up with something like this and you be like, well, I'm not gonna do it, but let me just play along, like just to see what would have happened.
Mm,
And then like when I would play along, I would get like all even,
yeah,
and then like oh, I could have won $300,000, and then I'd be salty about it.
yeah.
But at the same time, I wouldn't regret it because I'd still have all of my fingers. So
If I get to pick which finger, then I would play. But if I don't get to pick which finger, I would not play.
that is so dumb. So what if you like either way, if you roll 3 times and they're all opposites and that means you lose 3 fingers, what are the 3 fingers that you're cutting off?
First, I would pick evens,
Okay.
and then I would pick uh pinkies.
What if you can only choose from one hand?
Oh, fuck that. I couldn't do 3 fingers from one hand.
You'd be walking around like, can you pass me that?
Or I could be like this, or I could be like this, or I could do this. Who knows?
A10, bro.
Who
A10,
knows? Or I could be like this,
like whatever,
right?
loser. Like,
Um, if I get to pick which fingers, I would do pinkies first, and then the
Mhm.
next one would probably be ring finger. I
Okay,
need my
so
thumbs, I need my pointer, and I need my
what if we raise the stakes, right? So say you make it through the first 3 rounds, you don't lose no fingers, right?
there you
And then
go.
they're like, you know what? Double or nothing. If you
Nope.
roll 3 more times, you haven't lost any fingers yet. So if you roll 3 more times, you can win up to $600,000. Or if you like, lose any fingers, then like you lose it
Toes.
all. Yeah. So no, you lose it all. Like so if you roll even just one time and you have to lose a finger, you're still gonna lose a finger, but then you lose all of the fucking money.
No.
But there's the potential of you getting
I
600,000.
just walk away. I walk away with my winnings. I know when to stop.
Okay. Okay.
I'm the type where like I'm not a like I okay, so I'm the type where like when I play hard, but I also
Mhm.
know when to stop. So I'm not an addict. Like when I play a game, I know how to play hard, but I also know when to stop and walk away.
Yeah, I don't.
You
I
don't?
can't walk. No, like that's why like if I go to the casino or
Mm,
something, like I'll take out like $20,
mm,
$40, like whatever amount I take out
yeah,
is how much I'm gonna spend. And then
yeah.
if I like let's be honest, sometimes I do
Take
still
out
go
more.
over. Yeah, I take out more, but like that's because like then it's like okay, at some point it's like okay, I've already lost like $100.
Yeah,
Let me just be done with this shit.
yeah.
Because then I'll be like thinking about it later, like damn bitch, you really just wasted $100. You know what you could have got with $100? Like
No,
you could
I'm
have got
I'm really
like
good about that. Like if I'm like I'm gonna play $40, and no matter if I lost or win, $40 is my limit. I don't care if the pot is like, you know how sometimes the coins are in there, and I don't care if the pot is like, shaken. No, $40 is that. I'm done.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing that always gets me. I'd be like, I'm
Oh,
so close, I'm
mm-mm.
so close. No, you see, and it never works out. So
Yeah, no, I know
yeah.
when to walk away. I'm like, I'll just walk away because that's in my mind. That's where they get you. It's like I just walk away.
Exactly. Yeah.
But good question
All
though.
right.
Wait, what would you do? You wouldn't do it? You would just
I no, I wouldn't do that shit.
keep all
You
your
know
fingers?
what? There's no amount of money in the world to make me want to lose any body parts, period.
Really?
And yeah, think about it. Okay, I could go my whole life living my life how it's gonna be for the rest of my life, and I'll be totally fine living a perfectly normal life. Just like I'm not missing out on $100,000. Like I'm still gonna live a perfectly normal fucking life.
But
You
you would
know?
have up to $300,000.
Yeah, up to $300,000 and up to three fingers missing. So
You
I
can have
mean,
prosthetics.
yeah, but then I'm gonna be spending the money that I just
It wouldn't
earned.
even cost that much. You can
It'll be
have like a
like
twig. Just stick a
that sounds
twig in
like
there.
I have chunky fingers. So just imagine
Get a
like one of
branch.
them
Get a pen.
you something handy, this way if they take my pointer finger, I can put a pen in there
There
and
you
then
go.
this
You wouldn't
way
even have to carry a pen around. You could just put a pen.
so smart. So smart. Still not gonna do it though.
But okie dokie, artichoke. Well,
Well, everybody,
thanks
thank
you.
you
Thanks you.
for tuning in today. We hope you guys enjoyed. I hope everybody has an amazing Christmas. We will see you all before New Year's. So,
Will we?
we're gonna have to, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see them one more time before New Year's. So maybe we'll have something a little special, for you guys on our New Year's episode. But next week will be the last episode of season 2.
Yes, we're going into season
Exciting.
3. We're
Yeah.
excited.
So we're really appreciative of you guys all tuning in and watching us. Listen, it may not be a whole lot of growth right now, but it's some growth right
But we're
now.
getting there. We're getting there, you guys.
It's gonna be fucking amazing. It's already fucking amazing. Let's be honest, right, Donna?
It is. It is. And then, you know what? We couldn't have done it without you guys. So we appreciate like every single watch, every single listen, like for real. So we appreciate the shares and for real.
So keep doing it. Keep watching. Keep sharing. Keep writing in, please. um, yeah. But other than that, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. Enjoy your time. And that's it for Amanda and Donna. DTP signing out.
Bye.